go. We in the building. Let's get this bitch shared. Hit that like button on y'all way in this motherfucker, man. Show some love. Say something right now.
Yo, yo. Can you hear me?
Yep, we good.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Oh, we live. Yes, sir. Let me get that shit in the hoop real fast. Tune in time.
Hey, you got a little echo.
Nah, it's because I'm playing it on my phone too. It'll stop
Oh,
once I
okay.
watch. I'm about to stop it right now. Hold on. Tune in time. Schedule reveal. Ain't no echo now, right? That shit dead. I just
Yeah, I
had
don't hear it.
to, because it was playing in while I'm live, my phone was playing it too, so that's why the echo was coming. Homecoming. Coming leads. Homecoming 2. Leads. Schedule. Reveal. J. Dot.
Yo, what's good, dog?
All right. We in the building. Let me hit my school buffs in the comment. And if you coming in and you from the league, man, type your team name in the comment section. Let us know you here, man. Hit that like button as well. Come show some love. And let's get to it, man. The league is almost at its start right now. Almost at its start right now as we looking for these scared ass coaches to get on and get the interviews done. We got an interview set up for 3 o'clock with the Tennessee Volunteers head coach, Coach Boone, a real Boone in the building. We also have a 8:30 interview with
AR Razorbacks.
Boomer Sooners. We got Coach Max in the building. We'll be talking to a couple of more SEC teams tonight for SEC Media Day. Our first SEC Media Day was a few days ago, and that bitch got set off by Coach Corey, man. He wasn't playing. He was in here getting to it, talking about his team. He understand what he got over there. He a little disappointed. He feel like his players is this and that, and I seem to agree with him. They got some dogs over there, and he was on record saying his quarterback will be in that Heisman conversation and one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Not only one of the best quarterbacks in the country, he will be a first-round pick before it's all said and done. And he said his talent as a coach and that player's talent alone will get them to where he's trying to get to. Man, that shit talking and said he was going to the SEC championship. I ain't mad at him. You ain't supposed to get on here and, if I ask the question, what do you see your team finishing in with y'all? You supposed to say championship or bust anyway, right? But some people say it and you almost are convinced that they not lying. They really feel that way. Corey felt that way, for sure. And he wasn't shy about calling the rest of those coaches in the SEC. Call some of y'all some competition. You got to worry about it, but for the most part, in his mind, I think that coach feel like he's at Arkansas to dominate, not just dominate, win that bitch and win titles. You know what I'm saying? That's a big statement, man.
Yeah, he gonna have his hand full in the SEC though.
There's a lot of guys over there, man.
Ohio State.
Some good teams over that bitch, man. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
I know y'all came here for the one thing, you know what I'm saying? We going to week 0. And when we do go to week 0, there is going to be a week 0 ball game. We getting early football, man. Football is back. Homecoming 2 is right around the corner. Fall camp is over. I got the Notre Dame coach on here, man. They are still in an independent program, right? But I think they benefit from that the most because they get to keep all their brand deals. They ain't got to jump in somebody's conference and then got to pay them to be in a conference and let the conference
Exactly.
commission them take all the bread. It's Notre Dame and Channel 10. If you from where I'm from, it's Channel 10. Ain't that like CBS or some shit, NBC or something they got locked in a bag where all their games is played on TV and shit. So the brand gonna be branding right now with Coach Farmer, and he got that Notre Dame team ready to go. A team that
Yo,
played,
it was crazy, not to cut you off, bro,
you
but
got it.
I was just on the phone with Nike. We was thinking about rebranding with Nike.
Mm-mm-mm.
But right now, man, we loving these Shamrock uniforms. But we gonna get to it, man.
Let
We
me
gonna talk
ask you
about
this: what brand y'all Under Armour right now?
yeah, we Under Armour right now.
Hey man, you know the boy Dion had Under Armour chipping at Jackson State. Like I'ma just say like this, they ain't a
Yeah, oh
bad
yeah.
brand right now. And
No,
sometimes
no,
the
no.
bad, I'm quite sure they offered y'all a contract out this world, considering the brand y'all are as a not just a football program, but a sports program itself. A college, Notre Dame is their own brand. So for the
Yeah.
Under Armour to have a deal with y'all, I know that thing helping with NIL like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. We going after the best. I mean, we that's all in all sports. I mean, whether it's women basketball, football, of course. I mean, but we going after all the top recruits. Making sure we just change lives and build characters as we do it.
As a good coach should think about it that way, right? If it ain't that way, there's no way. Listen, man, Notre Dame in real life went to a national championship last year and lost to the Ohio State University. You got some players coming back off that team, although they lost some talent on that team right now, man. Before we get
Yeah.
into your roster, I just want to know what made you take the Notre Dame job.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to take this job? I mean, it's Notre Dame. It's legendary. The name itself is, you date all the way back to Lou Holtz. I mean, it's Notre Dame that we talking about. But I mean, we are mecca is of course of just getting recruits from all across the country. Uh, being a football guy, I mean, so they have a nice, rich culture there. The tradition is huge. So, I mean, I wanted to be a part of something legendary.
You was quoted, and when they hired you and y'all and they did their interview with you, you was quoted on bringing the brand back to to dominant fashion, where you sitting in young men's house and right on their couch, and when you
Oh
talking
yeah.
to the kid and the family, it's more than just Notre Dame the brand. Like you're gonna better talk that shit, Notre Dame the brand, but like
Well,
talk
yeah,
to me
for
about
sure.
why
But
you as a coach is gonna help that brand.
well, I mean, it's just for one, it's some of the things that I believe in, man. Uh, I believe in to have a successful program. I mean, you got to deal with the recruiting, of course, but it's just developing the players and having a
Mhm.
relationship with those parents and just the community around you. But just I'm sort of I grew up loving Coach Prime, so good. You got to look good to play good, man. You know what I'm
Play
saying?
good, they pay good.
They
Pay
pay
good.
good. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, I bring that swag, I bring that energy. You know, you'll never see it, you can never know who's gonna be on campus this week. Just looking at the schedule, man, we gonna bring in some big time players and some of the old alumni. We're gonna have some bands. We're gonna have some hip hop artists. Some singers. Just to create a different vibe on campus to go along with the brand, so
Bring
we
them
can keep
out, bring
those.
them out.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
for
Bring
sure.
them out, bring them out. I had the stars in town when Notre Dame playing. The good thing
Yes,
is
sir.
they'll follow y'all across the map, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Ha-
That's
having
good.
having a brand prestige like Notre Dame, how does it feel to know that you could go anywhere in the state of the United States of America, and you have a pipeline damn near in any state? You can go in anybody's living room and sell Notre Dame to them without it being like I don't really want to go that far across the country. Like when Notre Dame's brand walk in walk in the room, it gets everybody attention, man. So talk to me about just having that wide net of being able to
Yeah,
recruit in such a mass way.
man.
How?
So it 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 makes my job easier as a coach, man. Be able to go out and go. I can be in Texas one weekend, and it's crazy. I can be in the Big Apple this weekend and recruiting down in Florida the next. So it's I love to travel. So it's that's one thing. Me and the wife and kids do. We love to travel, but aside that, it makes my job easier to be able to go to California and get the best talent there because of being at Notre Dame. I mean, people want to come and play for a five-star team. Notre Dame is always going to be on the top of the list with other teams like Alabama and Georgia,
Mhm.
teams like that, Ohio State.
You
So,
you said something really important to me, right? Like, and both of us being Coach Prime followers, right? And Coach Prime, coach in Colorado in this league. Uh, you said something real important to me, right? Like, because as a coach, right, being a head coach of especially of a program like Notre Dame, the time you're going to spend as a coach, right? You got to have a
right.
family that's willing to sacrifice. But you said something key. You said, I like to travel, me, the wife, and the kids. So does that mean they'll be a part of your recruiting process when you're going to go see these kids, and you're the one stepping
Uh,
in the building?
I
Is
mean,
is the wife and kids a part of that? Like where what I'm saying? Like where they coming on the road
man,
with you?
man, being from Mississippi, man, that's all we got is family, dog.
Gotcha.
So
Hmm.
uh, family is a big part of my recruiting style, not because it's sales, but I mean, I feel my kids. I got three kids. I got two boys and a girl. Of course, I mean, my boys, they love the sport. My wife loves the sport. Just being around. It's football time, man. So
Hmm.
I get enjoyment to be with my family as well as the team, and seeing other families and showing them what old country boy from Mississippi could do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know when you're recruiting a kid, you can't just go in there and get the kid. You got to get the parents first. And I
Oh
think
yeah,
you come in with a foundation, right? A family. When the parents, especially if it's a couple, a husband and wife that's raising that child, or a single parent, when they see that structure,
yes
especially the
sir.
females, I think they'll be willing to give their kid to you faster than a coach just walking in there by themselves. When they see family structure, they know when they send their kid to you, they're gonna be in an environment where they're gonna be loved on, and that's all the moms of these kids want. They just want who feeding my baby, where he sleeping at, and how you gonna turn him into a man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I want them to feel safe as every kid that I coach, man. It's I want to change their life and show them a better way. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I want them to excel as a student athlete. Because sometimes we all know if you play football, this sport. I mean, it can end any minute. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
they got to have something to fall back on. So like I said, that's a part of just developing the players and instilling in the parents that hey man, when they step on the university, I got them and I'm gonna send them home to you and in the best shape and and a strong young man. Whether they black, white, Indian, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I treat them all the same as my sons. You know what I'm saying?
At the day, human being is a human being, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Being independent, right? There's not too
Yeah,
many teams that got that independent model, and especially not too many teams that can have the prestige you guys got as an indie, right? Now, as an indie, some people will shy away from that. Why? Because as an indie, you have the entire college football landscape uh, as a that you can put on contract, meaning you can
I mean,
schedule
I mean
games.
that makes that makes it even more of a challenge. You
So
know what I'm
you
saying?
do you embrace it? You embrace a tough
Oh yeah,
schedule and plan
of
the
course, man.
country.
It's like like I said, man. I'm up for all challenges. You know, anybody. If we playing a Power Five or we playing a one star school, they all gonna get the same treatment. I mean, you gonna see show up and we're gonna show out, man. You better have your game face on. You know what I'm saying? You better be ready to play. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, as we schedule reveal, I set that question up to take us right to the schedule, right? And as we schedule
Okay.
reveal and we reveal what this Notre Dame brand will be seeing this year, I want you to talk about when I go through your schedule. I'm gonna just each game week by week, and I just want your expectations. Like I want you to talk about why you can't wait for that matchup, right? Like just something quick, like
Okay.
why I
I
can't
got
wait
you.
for that matchup. All right, so we're gonna get into schedule now, and if you're not watching right now, you just gonna miss who the hell you got to play, and it's that simple, right? It's that simple. But look at this Notre Dame schedule. They're gonna come out of week 0 with nobody to play at all. But your first 3 games is in your home stadium, right? Where Jesus
Mm-hmm.
got the holding the touchdown up. You know that stadium,
Yes, sir. It's
right?
legendary.
And 2 of these games, you're gonna have big time TV companies there, right? Because you got a
Right.
big noon kickoff when you play Ohio State week 2, right? And then they got you week 4. They're gonna have game day at that ball game, right? So before
Yeah.
we get there though, but you got a Miami team that did really well. Cam Ward, #1 pick overall. Offensively, they was a juggernaut last year. Defensively, they kind of struggled. But when we talked to the coach Harold in the ACC media day, he talked about the defense being the strength of his team right now. So week
Yeah.
1, Miami come to you. How you feel about that?
I mean, anytime I play at home, I mean, you know, it's an advantage. With the crowd and the culture that we have here at Notre Dame, it's gonna be a tough atmosphere to come in and just win. So, but with that being said, man, all hats go out to Miami. Like I said, they got Markel Bill at left tackle. He might be a right tackle. I'm not sure. He may have a red
Smiling
shirt in
face
him
with horns, smiling
to
face
to
with horns, it's
to
up.
keep him on their roster one more year, which I don't blame him. But he's from my hometown, so shout out to Markel Bill. Uh, I hope he
Yeah,
do great things over there in Miami. But yeah, I mean, he gonna come in and get a dog fight. I mean, and if he don't have his A game, it could get ugly quick. Just to be honest.
your first 4 games, you got 2 top 10 opponents on your schedule. Not only that, you got 4 top 20, 25 opponents on your team. Week 2, Ohio State, and Coach Antonio is coming to Notre Dame to take on probably going to be the best game of the week that week,
Yeah.
week 2, 5 versus #3. Talk to me about this Ohio State team with Jeremiah Smith being called the best player in college football right now.
I mean, hands down. I mean, he one of the best. One of the best. You know what I mean? But all teams got that guy on their team.
Gotcha.
Uh, you know, we just have to key in and focus and play, have one play at a time. I mean, it's a good. This we talking about Ohio State here. I mean, they can run the score up on you. But, it just like I said, man. The advantage of them coming to us is always going to be key in those type of games. That atmosphere is going to be crazy.
With Big Noon sitting in the building and the atmosphere of 5 verse 3, and not just that, this was the national championship matchup in 2025.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
is this a revenge game for you guys,
Of
or another
course.
game on the
Of course
schedule?
it is. I mean, we circle this. We circle that. Of course, this is a early national championship game, like
I
early on the
like
schedule.
it. I
So,
like it. I like it. I like it a
like I said,
lot.
we smell blood, man. So we
Y'all
gonna
both
return
in
the
the
favor.
same boat, though, right? I would say Notre Dame is in the same boat, and here's why. Both of y'all coming out with quarterbacks playing for the first time, right? Guys that are going to be playing for the first time in their career, man. Talk to me about why CJ Carr is ready for these moments.
Well, it's funny that we talk about CJ Carr, and we're real big high on CJ Carr and the physical abilities that he brings in. But you know, people don't realize that Kenny Minchie is he just as
I was
he
about to go there, right? Because
you
we
know
all expecting CJ Carr to start, but is this still look? We still in training camp, right?
that's
Is
what I'm
it still
saying.
a
So
battle
we
right now?
right now, the right now we running a two quarterback system.
I like it. They
Um,
doing the same
I
thing in
think
Colorado right now
Yeah,
too. Oh my God!
I think they both bring uh mental aspects and physical aspects to the game. You know, each one of them have different attributes. So I mean, the way they've bought into our program is, you know, it's anything it takes to win, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at with our quarterback situation. Really, throughout the whole depth chart. I mean, we looking for 22 players, but we love to have 40 to 44 players that can come in and step up and play if they need to. We got a young squad.
I like the atmosphere that's going to be around this ball game, man. We're going to talk a little bit more about this game a week before it happens, right? Then y'all
Yeah,
got number 21 Texas A&M, and they come to y'all. This is a home game, right? Y'all played them last year. Y'all went to Texas A&M and beat them in College Station, and now you got them again because on the contract it's always a 2-year contract, right? You play a team,
right,
you're gonna see them again. If you're home, they come to you, you going to them the following year, right? But Texas A&M is on this schedule right now at week 3. We go down to week 4. You in your SEC run right now, because then you got LSU, and you travel to Baton Rouge. Not just Baton Rouge, you travel to the real Death Valley. If you let them talk
right.
about it, they the real Death Valley, right? And
Yeah,
y'all, right, you know, Mississippi and LSU, I was, you know, neighbors, would you say? Louisiana?
yeah,
Mississippi ain't that far away from each other right now, man.
right.
Um, your first road game, right? Like, do you feel like being home for the first 3 on this vigorous schedule, right? Because we haven't talked about a non-ranked team yet. You think by the time you get through weeks 1 through 3, your team will be prepared to go on the road to take on the next 3 games as road games?
I mean, I think in the first 3 weeks we'll be playoff ready. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know, it's gonna be this season is gonna be a lot of shaking up. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some teams that may start off ranked in the top 10, but may drop out the top 10 in the first couple of weeks, and then you might see
Got
them
you.
come in
I,
later
I
on
like to
in the season.
talk about it, huh? It's going to be some teams, but I don't hear them talking about Notre Dame being one of those teams, though.
Nah,
Talk to
nah,
me.
nah, nah. Yeah, man. You know, like I said, man, we got a lot of talent over here. You know, we're gonna take it one game at a time. Of course, going into Death Valley is gonna be tough. We know that. If you've been in Death Valley, you know.
Man,
So if we can come out of Death Valley with a win, you know, if we, like I said, we can get these 4 games out the way right here, I think we'll be pretty cool.
yeah, y'all be the number 1 team ranked in the nation, and people will be calling Notre Dame favorites to be at the national championship, walking through a schedule like that. Number 13 Miami, number 3 Ohio State, number 21 Texas A&M on the road against number 8 LSU. Then you got an up and coming Arkansas team that we talked to that coach too. SEC Media Day, the first SEC coach to give us an interview, and Coach Corey, and he expect nothing but high expectations in this ball game too, right? Y'all got Arkansas. Then y'all finish up y'all SEC run with number 6, Johnny Mantier, dual threat quarterback coming from the Pac-12 from Washington State, and Jaden Ott, the running back for California, who was actually one of the best running backs on the game last year, will be in the building, man. Talk to me about getting to this Week 6 game, and what's your expectations in this ball game to take you into the rest of your schedule.
Hello 10.
You talking about Johnny Mantier? Hello, 10.
Yeah, yeah, right. So I mean, I'm not over any team that I play, especially when it comes to the SEC. Um, you know, but by the time I play
To
Arkansas,
know
man, I
your
think we'll be
opponent.
fine tuned, and he gonna have to bring his A game, dog. Like if he really think he gonna win a natty with that squad, he gonna really have to do what he got to do, and he got a lot of teams to face before he even get to me, you know. But
Right.
Oklahoma got a great squad. Uh, I plan on putting belt to ass on both of them, honestly, though.
Look, so now you know what? I'm glad. I love the confidence,
But
and when
hey, but
I interview guys,
no disrespect to that Arkansas coach, man. He a baller, dog. You know what I'm saying? I know what he can do. Uh, but he gonna have to come on with it. I mean, just we overpower, man. We've been in these. I got to Notre Dame early, and we changed the culture there, and we've been working out. And I got real acquainted with some of the guys, and we in that weight room tough. You know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
So
Most people will have this Notre Dame team and be looking at this schedule like, what the fuck? I ain't hear that come out your mouth not one time. Like I'm
Well,
hearing
I
belt
mean,
the ass. I'm hearing we want the smoke. Simple as that.
because I mean, it's any given Saturday. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like, it's just who gonna make the better play calls and who gonna come ready to play. You feel me? Sometimes the guys be on your side. It you know how it be.
Yep.
That's why I said, at the beginning of the season, you're gonna have a lot of shaking up in that top 10 category, in that top 12, honestly, to get to the playoffs, and that's our main goal. Let's get to the playoffs, and once we get to the playoffs, man, we can write our own destiny. Just come together as a team and play hard and let the chips fall how they may. You feel me?
Yes, sir. You come home for your next two games, North Carolina State and your rival game, right? Like this game is like, I mean, oh my God, like it's game, 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 game. Then you still got to deal with USC in the rival game right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
uh, and I don't, I'm a fan looking from the outside. This is one of the best rivals in the country.
Oh
So
yeah.
I know your football team gonna be up for this game.
Oh yeah, man. Especially with USC coming to town. Like I said, man, anytime you come to that Notre Dame stadium in South Bend, it's gonna be a dogfight. You better know it. So, but I plan on USC. USC is they had an up and down. They've been up and down a few years, but I mean, I like that. I like that program over there. But
Hmm.
again, man, honestly, with the type of offense and defense that we just been displaying over the fall camp, it's built to ass, man.
I like this schedule, right? Because I like the next 2 weeks bye weeks. But here's the most people think like, wait, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why I
Lower.
like it though, right? You come off of a vigorous 8 games, right?
Yes,
And then you get a break to let everything cool down and wind down. But you know and I know playing against Navy is a different animal, right? Like I think having a 2 week run to get ready for that option football game where you got to play assignment football. I think if you come off them two buys and dominate Navy, I think this football team, especially if you come out of that game, let's just say you come out of the week, out of those first uh, 10 weeks, and let's say one loss is on the schedule on the schedule right now. I think coming off this Navy game, dominating this Navy and Pittsburgh game, put you right back in the mix to be ready for number 9 ranked Alabama
oh
at
yeah,
week
for sure.
13.
I plan on, I think once we play Navy at home, that should be 50 burger on them. We're gonna go to Pitts and put a 50 on them, and then our confidence will be through the roof to take on Alabama at home. So like we play a lot of big games, but like I said,
You
it's
got
gonna
a
be a
lot of them
tough
at your field though, bro. A
at the
lot of them is
field.
in
That's what.
like you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of them is at Notre Dame. Like the money
Oh
that's
my
gonna be
lord.
made when you get through this schedule. Like, do you know what you about to do, as far as brand wise, getting through a schedule like this and still making the
Exactly.
playoffs?
Exactly. I do know exactly what I'm
Oh,
doing
I thought he
with it
said
when it comes
50
to
on
that
bomb
because
loudly crying
we got some
face,
blue
loudly
chippers right
crying
now ready
face.
to sign.
Hmm.
Just waiting on these other coaches to get their shit together. My bad.
Now to finish off your schedule, Stanford is on a down spiral. They trying to bring it back right now. They had to fire their coach because he was hazing the players and some dumb shit. They lost a lot of players to the transfer portal right now. So I would say this is a tune-up game to get you ready for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Plan on going to Stanford and treating Stanford just like we were going to treat USC if we, like a rival. It's an unspoken rival. Well, it's not unspoken. I mean, it's a big rival game for us. Uh, it's the battle. I think we get a trophy for that.
Yep, the trophy sitting
Yeah, if
right
I'm not
there.
mistaken. Yeah,
Most
that
of your
shit. That
games
shit
come
going.
with
It's coming
trophies.
back. It's coming back to South Bend. You can that.
All right, so talk to me, Coach. Man, we just went. The first schedule reveal today was Notre Dame, and
Yes,
there's
sir.
nobody in the country playing a harder schedule. Talk to me about coming off a national championship run and knowing what type of football team you got this year. Do you feel as though you have the team to be able to deal with a schedule like this?
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, we have the team, and we have this like just the mental ability to get there and be a Final Four team again. I mean,
Man, I like to
we
talk right now.
We
If you
are a
watching, you not
5-star
listening to
program.
somebody that don't sound confident. Like this don't sound like he just saying that shit. And when we get off the headset, he gonna be mad as hell. He sound like he want to smoke, and he feel like he got the football team to get. What he say? Final four? Let's talk about it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Let's talk
of
about it.
course. I mean, it's a 5-star program, man. I mean, if you're not in the top four, in the top two, honestly, if you're not the top one, who is talking about you? I mean,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? We made it there, but we was the second losers last year. I mean, we
And
was the first losers, and that's not acceptable. We want to get back there, and we smell blood. So we, like I said,
what I
with
like
that
about
second
it
game,
is,
go
what I
ahead.
like about it is you understand this part of it. I picked that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
Yeah,
man, I picked that team. I know what it come with. Like, if I'm in a one of these other conferences, and we ain't got a ranking next to our name and all that, and we ain't a blue blood program, I'm I'm not. I'm complaining. But if I'm Notre Dame ranked number 5 in the country, 92 overall, 94 offense, 91 defense, I want the smoke. Come see me.
yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
we talking about? Come see me.
Man, you gotta come see me, man, because this shit ain't gonna be sweet, man. It ain't gonna be sweet at all.
Ain't gonna be sweet. So if you watching and you one of these motherfucking teams on this schedule right now, nothing's gonna be sweet, fellas. And you gonna be in
Man,
for a
look,
dog fight right now.
motherfuckers, they gotta put their shoulder pads on this shit just like we do, man. You can't run from that.
At all. Don't run for that smoke. That's on you. Who wants smoke with me? Who wants smoke with
Yeah,
me? And I'm
yeah. So
Sleeping face,
we got
sleeping face,
down,
sleeping face,
my boy
sleeping
Love, he in the
face.
backfield, look, I got him right here with me. We doing our own little media day right now on campus.
some say he the best
Really,
running back in the country.
I would think so.
Some say he the best running back in the country. We great get back to your football team, coach. I want your opinion on the schedules going across the board right now. We're gonna start with Alabama. I think they're the first team on here. Let's take a look at what's going on in Alabama. The number 9 team in the country, man. You're looking at a team that got a 94 overall across the board, coach. The Alabama Crimson Tide. They're looking to come back from what they had to deal with last year, right? They thought because they in the SEC, 3 losses should still get them in the playoffs no matter what. They just said, fuck the Big 12, fuck them Group of 5 schools. It should be 6 of us in the playoffs no matter what our record is. That's how the commissioner for the SEC feel, right?
I mean,
Um,
I kind of feel like that right now. I'm in a good position with the strength of schedule that I'm faced against. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because right now I'm playing. How many?
Everybody.
Man, I'm playing everybody.
You
I might
playing
as well
damn near
be in it.
everybody. That's just somebody. The only person you ain't got is Clemson on this bitch.
Right. You know what I'm saying? In Oregon.
And Oregon, yep. You
Yeah, I
playing
think he.
everybody.
I
That's
think. And
everybody.
I think Oregon might just look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And at the end of the day, like this ain't. And for those that think just because he Indy, it don't won't look like this every year. It's just the way the straws was drew this year, right? But it won't look like that, right? Listen, we know the Florida State Alabama game should have a little bit of fireworks, right? You got that quarterback Constantino that came from Boston College talking shit about Florida State going to beat the shit out of Alabama. I wonder if them players get enough for that game. You got Coach Rand coaching this team against Coach Shoguns, man, and it's at Doak Campbell Stadium. Do you think this is the game that allow Florida State to get themselves back into into the respected conversation, or do you think
I
Alabama gonna be too much for them?
Well, I mean, physically, I think Alabama is too much for him. But the thing is, Shoguns is a great coach, man. So
Mm-hmm.
he could pull it off. I ain't gonna say it can't happen, but if Alabama if he don't come to play, it could be an upset in at Doak Campbell. Honestly,
They come off of that game off of bye week 2, and then they got to take on Utah at Utah right now. Now Utah brought in that transfer quarterback, right? One of the better dual threat quarterbacks that came from the Group of 5.
yeah.
They think the world think Utah is going to be one of the teams that can win the Big 12 this year. We're going to see, right? They had a down year last year. Injuries killed them last year. But one thing people don't realize about Utah is they had one of the best defenses in the Big 12 last year
Mm,
until Colorado exposed them a little. But those players all come back, right? Like you got
right.
a football team that bring a lot of talent back, and then they got a quarterback that they gonna settle in on that they feel as though and Dan Pierre, who they feel as though that is going better. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year, 16 touchdowns for New Mexico State. Didn't really go crazy throwing the football, but the potential's there. Very young quarterback. And I think you give Willingham and Coach I a quarterback, I think they can do some things because they got an offensive line, defensive line, they got a strong defense, right? I'm looking forward to seeing how Alabama plays in that game coming off of
I
back-to-back
mean,
road games.
yeah, I honestly think Alabama is just a little bit too much for Utah.
Yeah.
Just physically, it's just with the players, man.
When you look at
Utah
the
has
first
great.
7 games on this schedule, they better not slip up on nobody, right? Like, but they do got to deal with Coach Rob and that Louisville team, right? Each team in their first 7 games, they're gonna walk in the building, they're just gonna be better than them. Actually, 90% of the teams they play in the country, they're gonna be better than overall wise, right? They're
Right.
gonna be better 94, 94, 94 across the board. They're gonna be better than damn near every team they face, right? But like when I look at this schedule, they got to deal with Utah, Louisville, and then the Georgia Bulldogs. And then we want to know the Bulldogs is just as good overall as anybody. They got the highest defense in the league, 96, right? And their
Right.
coach is defensive minded and here Blitzer. And if you know anything about this game, sending that shit mean a lot this year, right? Like you can
Yeah,
send
for
that shit
sure.
and get some shit done. But I'm looking at Alabama and these first 5 games or first 4 games, and they if they don't come out of this undefeated, it's gonna be questions gonna be need to be answered. In my opinion, how do you feel about it?
I mean, most definitely, especially all the way through to the Georgia. I mean, they're gonna have their hands full going to Georgia.
Yeah.
But I really think they should come out undefeated. And if they don't, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of questions being raised. There's gonna be a lot of transfers
Road
too.
W.
Yep, them football bells are gonna be ringing. But look, they on a roll, on a roll, on a road, on a road, on a road. Then they come home against Vanderbilt, go back on the road against Missouri, and then they coming back home against Tennessee in the rival game. Coach Boone and Coach Rand
Road
played great
Warriors.
games in 2025, right? I mean, and I'm talking about like they was down. Boone would be coming out beating him by 21 and lose the game at the end of the day. Like they was rocking and they was kind of becoming a rival in the last dish, right? Can they renew that, right? Then they got to deal with number 12, South Carolina. You know, South Carolina got a quarterback that they think should be a Heisman winner and one of the top quarterbacks to come out uh, when he
He
come
most
out in this
definitely,
year's draft,
he
right?
most definitely, he most definitely has the talent.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just all about the scheme with the new coach coming in. It's just all about the scheme they're gonna run and being able
It's
to
still a
win and
rivalry.
I,
create situations where they can win ball games.
I think you look at Alabama and you start to really think about like they get through their non-conference, right? And then when they get in conference, you know how things get a little tough when you get in conference. Can they get through those games in conference, right? 'Cause they come off a bye week 10 and then they home the next 2 weeks and they got to take on LSU. And if you're familiar with this game and you've been through rosters and all that, you know LSU might got the fastest team in the country.
Yeah, for sure. That speed that LSU has every year in out is just it's unmatched. Texas, LSU, Florida. I mean, Miami keeps they keep 4-2, 4-3 guys all in almost every position. If you skill position, you think about it.
Right. Then week 12 they play Oklahoma at home, right? LSU the rival game. They got Oklahoma home right now, and I think this is going to
Lugano
be the
play
game that's
makes a
going to
bang
tell
bowl.
tell us a lot, right? Because then right off of this game he got to deal with you, and then he got to deal with Auburn on the road in the Iron Bowl. Like, let me like talk to me. Like if they can get through that tough SEC part of that schedule, right? And get themselves in the playoffs, I think we got to pay attention to this Alabama football team, man.
I
That's
mean, I,
that.
I think I think Alabama, us and Alabama do have probably one of the toughest schedules that's out there.
Until you see the next one.
I mean, right. I
Until
mean,
you see the next one. Oh my God.
that's true.
But
That's
look
true.
though, this schedule tough though. Like right, like it,
I mean,
like when you look at like when you started off and you look at, I mean, again, I don't know if he can dog walk Shoguns in this matchup and Doak Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure. I think they're favor, and to be honest with you,
yeah.
I
Oh
would
yeah.
probably make them favor. I would give them 10 to 17 point favors in this ball game,
I
right?
mean, most definitely, they are the favorites. But like I said, it's gonna be We that first game gonna be tough, dog.
On the road. Anything can happen. That shit gets scary, boy. Scary hours. But yeah, I like Alabama's schedule, man. And then I think the theme. If I'm the coach, right? If I'm coach,
Can't wait to see the
if I'm the
Kansas
coach
State
over there,
schedule.
I want to know this. If I'm the coach over there, I'm gonna tell my team, listen, man, we're gonna be away from our stadium a lot this year, especially in the early stages of this season. We got to better go on the road and dominate, go on the road and be road warriors. Like you almost want to
Exactly.
name, that might be your theme for the year, road warriors, right? Because like you're
Yeah.
definitely on the road for a lot of games. So we out here
I
playing
mean,
stuff out.
we're playing on the road, man. It gets you ready for the playoffs. If you can go
We
to
coming out
if you can go to
7-0.
Death Valley, or you can go to, shit. If you can go to Florida State and win, there's some big environments to go in and play some top tier
If
ball,
you can
man.
go to Sanford Stadium at Georgia and win that game, is going to be hard. And, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that
for
shit ain't
sure.
going to be easy, bro. Then you at South Carolina, a rock there too, man. LSU, you back home. You do get LSU and Oklahoma at home, but then you gotta go right to South Bend, man. Good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
And he gotta go to down the street to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, and them players are gonna be up for that game.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, man, I if Coach Rand playing how I think he should play, man, Auburn shouldn't even be an issue.
Let that Auburn user hear you say some shit like that.
Well, I mean,
Mm-mm-mm.
hey, I said it. It just because right now his team is. I mean, that team is, if not the best team. Alabama loaded, dog. Alabama is
They
loaded.
fucking loaded. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't lying. I ain't lying. They fucking loaded. He better go. To be honest with you, he should be honest to God. He should be definitely undefeated going into that Tennessee matchup.
I'm gonna tell you that
I think
Oklahoma
he gonna get
squad.
Boone. I think he gonna get Boone year one. I like the coach that's at South Carolina. This is going, and he playing with a team he actually paid for, so he want them motherfuckers. So that is the reason. So you gotta always watch
Yeah,
out for a nigga like that.
yeah, for
Albert
sure.
Albert is going to tell us a lot, right? We'll know
Yeah.
where Albert record. If he's still ranked in the top 10 by the time week 11 hit, then we
Oh
gotta
yeah,
look
it's
at
gonna
this
be
game
tough.
as a little different. But then you gotta deal with match, and then that fucking rival game in the Iron Bowl, like Notre Dame. I mean that Notre Dame game, bro. Or like your next. If they come out of this. If they come out as undefeated or a loss or two, it's still a successful season in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's why I'm not really concerned about our schedule, man.
Right.
Like I said, man, any given Saturday, man, anybody can
People
be
got to
beat.
play. Yeah, people got to play. You'll see my theme, and as we go down this schedule. But the next thing we're gonna talk about is Arizona State. They won the Big 12 last year. 84 overall offense, 84 overall, and the 86 defense. They do got a nice secondary that's coming back right now. But talk to me, right? They're gonna take on Ole Miss and Coach Foe home, right? They're going to be in their stadium, Mountain America Stadium. How do you like this SEC matchup? Because it's a back-to-back SEC matchup. They got to take on number 19 Ole Miss and number 12 South Carolina back-to-back. They're going to be home against Ole Miss, on the road against South Carolina right away. How you
I
feel
mean,
about that?
I think that matchup against Ole Miss for sure is
That's going
it's
to tell. That's going to tell a
it's
lot.
yeah, I mean, it's a good matchup as well. I mean, both teams
Yeah,
are
both
talented.
teams. Yep.
They're evenly matched, I think. So,
This football
you know,
team
it's going.
should have beat Texas.
It's
Do you agree?
Yeah,
In the
for
playoffs
sure. It's
last
going to
year.
be.
They got their
I think.
quarterback
Yeah.
back. The receiver that missed that game is back. He one of the
Max and
best
Notre
receivers in the
Dame
country
definitely
right
gonna
now.
have
Yep.
They
playoff
got a
Yep.
speedy
implications.
backfield. They got speedy wide receiver room, and they got some size and stuff that can help them. I like this. I like this Arizona State team. They're gonna be sneaky. And to me, it's gonna come down to their non-conference schedule. If they can handle Ole
Ole
Miss, South
Miss is
Carolina, and
tough.
UCLA, then it's the Big 12 football. If they get through that, I think you're gonna look at them as the favorite to win the Big 12.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to still have their hands full with South Carolina too, though.
Yeah. They're gonna have their hands full with both those games.
Yeah, for sure.
and 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 the coach at UCLA ain't bad either. Like we talking about guys that constantly been in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
talking about guys, right? Like you got to deal with that shit, right? So I like this. I like the non-conference schedule right now. Then you dealing with the Big 12 season open up for you. You got Baylor. Then you play Coach Bo and TCU. You get them home. You get a bye there. Then you got Utah, Texas Tech. You go, you got Utah at Utah. That's going to be a big matchup. Then you come back home, Texas Tech. They senior loaded. You know, they spent that bag this year and brought in a lot of
Yeah.
transfers, right? So they
Yep.
looking to win right now. Then you got Houston, who's up and coming. They got a really good coach at Houston. I know their record was terrible last year because they couldn't do shit offensively, but defensively they had it figured out a little bit, right? They beat Kansas State last year. They won some sneaky games last year. I do think Iowa State being ranked will be a problem. The only thing that get him away from these games, they're computer games. You know how we feel. And at this point, you know we should be doing. If you're a dog, you should be doing dirt to the computer.
Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah,
50
but you
burgers,
know,
like you
I'm gonna
said.
tell you, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, man.
Sheesh, that's gonna
We
be a
see it
game
all the
killer.
time. You know, they start off ranked, and you know they get upset by some teams that they think they should have won,
Yeah,
you know, or should have beat, and you know they start to go ghost.
man.
And
Yep. And but
you know what I'm saying?
you gotta know the users though. Brandon ain't going no
Just
fucking where.
catching
He
up
had
to shit.
Alabama and homecoming.
Oh no.
He
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
going nowhere. He don't give a fuck what that shit might look like. He might complain about some shit, but he ain't going to
yeah.
fuck nowhere. He going to line it up, right? Iowa State ranked number 18. Then they got to bye. Then they go into West Virginia at home, and then they got to go on the road to Boulder to take on Colorado before playing their rival game against Arizona. How you feel about this schedule?
Well, I mean, it's a pretty good schedule. It's not as strong as you know.
I think it's a Big 12 schedule.
I mean, it's a decent schedule. I mean, if you look at their conference prestige, it's probably a B plus A.
A Big
You
12
know,
schedule. Simple as that,
yeah,
right? A Big 12
yeah.
schedule. You got some guys, because you're not playing the upper echelon when it comes down to the SEC, right?
Right.
Listen, Ole Miss in South Carolina has high potential, right? But they weren't playoff teams last year. They had moments, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
they got a
sure.
lot of work to prove themselves, right? If anything,
I
Arizona
mean,
State better
but
than
that's
both of
I
those
mean
teams.
but those are SEC teams, man. You know,
That's the
anybody could,
issue, right?
you
That's
know,
the issue.
anybody can come out the SEC and be good. You know, so
But see, I would think Arizona State coming to this SEC run and say, "Man, we down there dog walked y'all best." Fuck you talking about? Like
yeah,
a couple of flags, and shit happened. Shit happened right before we went into overtime. We should have won that ball game. That motherfucking cheap shot that safety Taft did,
yeah,
where he fucking
yeah,
helmet the nigga and they ain't call that shit. Kind of changed that game a little bit, and we still ain't have our best receiver on the field the whole time. Our quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. We have one of the
yeah,
best receivers in the country, and not for nothing, we got one of the fastest backfields in the country. Talk to me.
yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure.
The Ole Miss going to have
It's
to
just
come in there
all
and play
about.
bully ball, and South Carolina. They going to have to come in there and say we better than you up front. Both sides of the ball. Fuck your receivers and your skill players. You ain't gonna better do shit because we too big and too physical up front, and you got to deal with that shit. That's gonna be the issue. And again, I go back to this. Texas ain't have us all fumbled all up when it came down to physicality. If anybody would say
Right.
Scatterboo was the most physical player on the field.
Yeah, he was. He
He
was.
ain't, he ain't,
The thing is, they don't have
they don't
Scatterboo,
have Scatterboo right now,
but
right?
what they do have is Relique Brown though. I'm really big on
One
him.
of the that was one of my favorite players because
Yeah,
like I drafted
I
him
would like
every year in Madden. It's my
I would
guy.
like to see I would like to see Relique Brown right now in the transfer portal.
Man, you and me both. Shit, get them the fuck out of there, man. Right, so we like their schedule, but like I agree with you, it's a Big 12 schedule. I'm not mad at it. And we dealing with Arkansas, so let's take a look at what Arkansas is dealing with, out of conference and conference.
Yes, really gonna be tough.
All right,
Arkansas got
so
some talent, man.
If
they
used
got
right.
Arkansas got some really good talent, 84 across the board, and they got speed. They got speed and up front they fucking monsters on offense. Like they got an
Yeah,
offensive line and a
they got some
6'6" Cam
offensive
Newton at
weapons.
quarterback. They got a nigga 6'6" with 90 speed, 90 stealth, like 94 throw power. Like they got a Cam Newton at quarterback. And
Yeah,
all their running backs are 230 pounds, 220 pounds, 215 pounds. They monsters, right? And they got speed for like they might be the only team on the game with a 99 speed excel, 99 excel receiver,
yeah.
like just flying
Oh yeah.
out the building. They got to deal with Hillburgers and that weird ass monster offense up there in Penn State. They got to go to Happy Valley though, bro. Like
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough schedule,
it's gonna
man.
come down to Hero Burgers, right? Like most people are gonna be like, I'm a dog walk the shit out of Hero Burgers. But when you are not coming in there with a better overall team and the way he gonna play gonna piss you off, you better not make no mistakes and allow this game to get to a situation, right? And especially on the road. So Then they
Oh
come
yeah.
and then they got to go play a conference game against Ole Miss. That's gonna start telling us something because after Ole Miss, they got Ohio State. Right? They get Ohio State at home, and they get Notre Dame at home. They get you and Ohio State at home. Then they got Utah at Utah. So that's the first 6 games. How you feel about that?
I mean, if he can stay healthy by the time he comes to South Bend, he might have a chance. But like I said, man, I really feel like it's built to ash. Coming to South Bend, he gonna have a tough road ahead of him
That's
right there
yeah.
at Ohio State as well.
This
So
can do 2 things. This can do 2 things for a player like Corey and with this opening schedule. Now we ain't doing that. Not right now. Fuck out of here. Hold on. My bad. It's gonna make or break you, right?
yeah, for sure.
It'll make you think about, damn, I picked Arkansas. I can't line up with some of these guys, right? Or it's gonna be fuck out of there. I don't know. I don't want to answer my shit. Or it's gonna be we ready, right? Because after that week 6, you
Well,
go
I mean,
back. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm looking at his roster, man. I think you're loaded. Like,
He loaded offensively. He gonna better score points on anybody.
yeah,
Like
he is. I
he gonna
mean,
better
like I
put the
said,
ball in the end zone.
he for sure. But defensively, he got a lot of gaps.
Hmm.
But with that being said, if you have a successful season with that first year of Arkansas, it's gonna be tough to recruit. You know what I'm saying? Being in the SEC,
Farmer go to
surrounded by
work.
all the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to really, he really gonna have to play some ball in Arkansas to make sure he has a successful
I'm
season
gonna
and
tell you
make it.
like this: you get through these first 7 games, and you out here 7-0. Recruiters is gonna
Yeah,
start looking at you like, wait, hold on, what the fuck going on over there?
well, yeah,
It's the
yeah, they
MF
gonna start
Heartbreak
looking,
Hugs
but
Let's
he
BFR.
probably won't get them until next season. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Then you got to deal with Tennessee on the road. You definitely going to motherfucking Neyland Stadium, right? Then
Yeah.
you come back home, number 21 Texas A&M. You got Auburn, Mississippi State week 10. You come off a bye and then you run through this schedule, LSU and Texas before playing your rival game against Missouri, man. How do you feel about Arkansas Razorbacks, their schedule, and the type of team they have? Can they get through this schedule?
I mean, they got a tough schedule being in the SEC. Like I said, man, you can even if he upsets Georgia or somebody like that, or who does he play Georgia?
Now he got Ole Miss,
I mean, even
Tennessee,
if he
Texas
upset,
A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, LSU, Texas, and
oh, okay,
Missouri.
well, I mean, even any team in the SEC, I mean, talk about Tennessee, Texas A&M, they loaded with talent. If he
Hmm.
can, he can beat those and then lose to Texas, or it's just every week, man. It's he got to come to play.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all.
and most of us gonna have to be in that situation where you got to line up and play, right? Because you might not have a super tough schedule, but you don't got a super good team. So like you know what I'm saying, like the
Exactly.
guys that don't got the best of teams still gonna have issues if they playing some of the guys that don't have the best of teams, right? Like you just got
Right.
to deal with that shit, right? So then you're looking at Auburn, and we talking about Auburn going to Michigan to open up their season, right? They got to go to Michigan, then come back and and deal with Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards. I'm mad we lost
Auburn,
Dylan Edwards.
Auburn is a team that you really can't sleep on, man. You know, they got just as much talent. I think their defense is their strong point, but they do have some good offensive weapons.
This game is on a balance right here. The South Alabama game is he's not he'll have a user there. It was just hard to figure it out and try to move motherfuckers around. I might just leave that alone because then he come out of that and got to deal with Oklahoma and Texas A&M before going on the bye and then taking on number 4 Georgia week 7. Right? Then he come off the Missouri game to another user game where he got Arkansas, and then he finishes the season with 2 computer games, Kentucky Vanderbilt before going on a bye, and then taking on number 25 Texas Tech from the Big 12, and then got closed the season out with the Iron Bowl. How you feel about this schedule?
I mean, he got to write his own destiny. Can't lose no ball games. Trying to get to that top 12, you really
If
can't
he
lose
could beat
no ball game.
Michigan and Kansas State at their stadiums, he come back ranked week 3.
Yeah, he do. But he comes in. You got to play Oklahoma and Texas A&M. That can knock you
Right
right back
behind that
out of
shit,
it.
right? Knock your ass right back the fuck up out of it, boy. Fast.
You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? So
We great get to them Clemson Tigers, and this coach went on record and said national championship or bust. And I will say this: they got the football team that really talk like that. So let's talk
yeah,
about it. They got to deal
I
with.
mean,
Go ahead.
as a as I reflect, Kemp he's a pretty good coach, man.
And you
But
know
he
what he's
got
doing.
talent.
He know what he's doing. He understands football, and he definitely know how to play the video game. So like, you got to
Yeah, he
put those
do know
two
how
in
to play the video
perspective, bro.
game.
Like, so good luck with that, right? But he on the road.
Yeah,
He
for
gotta
sure.
go to motherfucking Ben Hill Griffin, like Gainesville. He gotta go take on Gator right away, week one. Ain't no walkouts and trot out and beat up on. Nope, Gator right away.
Yeah, exactly. I
Be the
think
best, beat the best. Simple as that, right?
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna keep it 100. This is where Clemson gonna get money at right now. He got to get through that Florida, and then he got to get through Sane with that Nebraska team. And let's not act like
Man,
they
I
don't got a
think,
quarterback
like I
over there.
said, I think his I think those first four games are, I think he gonna honestly, I think he gonna slide through those pretty easily.
I
It's
think the
just
tell-all gonna be week one. Like, can he and don't and Sane can play, right? Sane a good user, like he can play. And I don't think Nebraska, they might not have like something over there that make most people run to him, but he ran to him for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they
yeah,
do
for
have
sure.
Dylan Rayola. They do got speed at receiver over there. They do got a physical offensive line, right? Like, they got a Big Ten football roster. So, like, you again, if he can get through these two games, you're gonna come off these two computer games, and then you buy, and then you got to take on Falk at North Carolina, right? And not for nothing, we think that they should be 20-point favorites in that ball game, but you're playing Coach Falk, so
I mean, you're right. I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, let's if you play Falk, then the rankings, none of that even matter.
none of that shit
And
matters. Like,
so
like none
you
of it
know,
matter. Like, you can out talent him, but you better not make no mistakes and be able to be on your shit, because if you give him an inch, you're taking him out.
right. So because I mean, Falk gonna try to hit you from all angles. I mean, if you stop one thing, he gonna hit you with something else. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, but I
He,
mean,
he
really,
gonna gather data the
honestly,
whole game. While you playing, he gonna be gathering data. All right, that didn't work. That do work. I can't do this because he overpowered me here, this and that. It's gonna be tough, right? Like, I got them beating North Carolina on the road, and I got them beating
I honestly think he can pull it out. I honestly think he can beat Falk, but he can't make no mistakes. So,
at all. Then he got to deal with
uh,
Boston College and SMU. Then he come off that bye with Duke. Then he plays Florida State, Louisville, Ole Miss, and South Carolina to close the season out.
I think
I
he
think the
has a
back end is
easy
crazy,
schedule.
bro. He do. He got a really easy schedule because his conference schedule is easy. Like, you got to think
Yeah, I
about
think
it.
he.
I only had two spaces to give him games:
You're
Florida and
right.
Nebraska, and then look, conference game, and he escaped the users over here. Really, he only got Falk as a user in his conference. Falk and Florida State.
Oh
No, he
yeah,
got three. He
for
got
sure.
Louisville too. He got Louisville. He got Guns. He got Rob, and he got Falk. So he got three out of the six users in that conference. He do got him on the schedule, but he got that computer run where it could be scary for niggas. Like, it might be an easy schedule, but he's gonna be building his team in these games. Thank
Yes,
God I
man. He
got
gonna.
thank God I got manual progression on. They ain't gonna get better into the end of the year. Shit.
You're
We
right.
got, oh my God, Boston College, SMU.
Well, I
Now if
mean,
SMU had a user, it'd be a little different, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, but if he know, I'm sure he gonna take the time out to go through each player and progress them throughout the year. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't progress them throughout the year. You only can do it at the
Oh,
end of the year.
oh, okay. You put it. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
so you ain't going. If I could turn it on auto and the computer do it, but you won't have the chance to build them yourself. So I got it on so we could build our own players. So when they get those points, you can apply it to where you wanted to do. You want to put it on our physicals. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
that's
just think 11, 12, 13, 14 going to tell us everything we need to know,
yeah, for sure.
right?
I mean, I think he has the team to make it to the Final Four for sure.
Yeah.
And he has the ability to do it.
My
But
thing is this though, like, if you look at, like, you looked at the schedule and you said kind of got a weak schedule. My thing is, does that hurt him getting in the playoffs? Right? If the schedule not that strong, and then in the playoffs you gotta play all niggas, how that's going? You know what I mean?
well,
Like, you be prepared
I
for that?
mean, I think I like I said, he has the ability. to be in that top four. I mean, he's a good
Facts.
user. So
Facts.
I think that's honestly gonna put him in the best position because he probably will have a bye week that first week in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, when niggas call and you just don't want to talk to a motherfucker, I know if you put it on auto and then turn it on at the end, I know, bro. Hold on. Hold on, man. It don't matter if you text a motherfucker, I'm busy, I'll call you right back. None of that shit. That shit don't matter. They want you, bro. I'm not coming out to do none of that shit. But anyway,
I mean,
man,
I'm honestly, I honestly was gonna take the Clemson job, but you know,
they
I
got
seen
their
Kim.
fucking squad, bro. Like their fucking sququad, and he
Yeah, I
a
mean,
great
I'm very
great
familiar with
recruiting
Clemson.
spot, great recruiting spot, right? And the talent is there for now and later.
Right. I mean, I've looked at that roster. I mean, I was real big on taking Clemson, but you know, Coach
At
Kim
the
took it.
at the end of the day, you got to line it up and play football no matter what you think that schedule look like. Niggas ain't hearing none of that shit.
Yeah,
Everybody
for
on that
sure.
schedule think they can win that ball game, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody.
yeah. Well, yeah, at the first kickoff, but shit, you know, halfway through
Yeah,
halftime,
and
they let
start getting
niggas have
your
that.
nose beaten, and you don't understand why the AI and his football players is doing shit you can't fathom. Like, wait, hold the fuck up. Like, damn, like you gotta better coach your way through that shit though. Right now, and then Coach Prime, they got Penn State home and USC home
Hmm.
back to back.
Yeah.
Then they open up with Houston for the Big 12. Then they come out of that game and got Florida State. Then it's BYU, TCU a user, and Iowa State not a user. So they got 1, 2, 3 non-user games in the 6 week run.
I mean, you know, write your own destiny with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that first game gonna be tell all. I mean, I think if you get Penn State, man, you
I'm gonna
know,
say the same thing with Corey. If I beat Penn State, it's because we just better than him as a coach. Simple as that. He got the
yeah,
better team across the board. Like, and all
for
he
sure.
got, and then he gonna come out with that monster shit. And you know, Penn State got that unique offense. You know, he gonna add that to it. And it's gonna be about him taking his time, pausing the game, blowing your shit. Can you stay focused through all the antics that Hero Burgers do when you gotta play them, right? Because this ain't a regular game, and some people be missing that shit. And it's a little different when a nigga like that got a really good football team, right? And I'm not hyping him up saying he should beat me or he could beat any of us. No. What I'm saying is I know I'm the better coach. I know he has the
Right.
better team. But this game is in Boulder. Like I ain't gotta worry about that crowd right now, none of that shit. We're in Boulder.
And I
And it
mean,
comes to,
I like your quarterback situation,
yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of people, you know, I think Caden one of the best QBs on the game, man.
Yes, sir.
The kid is tough, man. He
Yes, sir.
what 90, 91 speed, I think, something like that.
91 speed, 92 excel. He there.
Yeah,
88 overall. He ready.
yeah, and he can sling it, bro.
Yes, sir. And we got weapons. And
I
if the
like your
portal don't
backfield
hurt
too.
us, we gonna be straight for a couple of years. And we gonna need that because recruiting ain't gonna be like I ain't gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're a 3.5 star program. I'm not gonna have that that range to go get whoever the fuck I want and all that shit early on. Like we gotta build ourselves into that.
yeah.
So I gotta do it the Coach
You,
Prime way for real. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you, and honestly, all you got to do is win ball games. You know, you win ball games. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about recruiting. You know, but it's that portal is tricky because now, I mean, if you don't give them an inch of what they want, I mean, they ready to jump in the portal. So it's just
And that's the part. But everybody gonna deal with that, right?
yeah,
Retention, right? Everybody gonna deal with that shit. I think this Florida State game gonna be key too, right? But it's also gonna determine what Shogun's do through his schedule leading up to this game, right? If they could
right.
be ranked, I think, and we can pull that win out, I think it helps us in the ranking department because Penn State got a big game to open up with right away, right? So even though they rank number 2 in the nation right now, they play a big game right away. If you don't win that game,
Well, that's
it
that's what
kills the
that's what I was
prestige
saying
there.
earlier. You know, any given Saturday, man.
Hmm.
You know, like everybody that's ranked in the top 25, I guarantee you, it's gonna be some shaking up. You know, there's gonna be some that's gonna drop all the way out. You feel me? So
Right. And then we got 14 ranked BYU and 18 ranked Iowa State. And Iowa State opened up with Kansas or Kansas State in week 0, right? So if Kansas or Kansas State beat them, that 18 ranking going to drop, right? And it's going to hurt our conference prestige on some real shit. So these games can be important and not important depending on what they do, what those teams do, especially my user games. What they look like
you're right.
coming into our matchup is going to be everything, right? Then you dealing with a bye. Then we got Utah, and I do think that's going to be a really good game because they got Dan Perry at quarterback. They kind of got what we got, like on the low at the quarterback position. So then we
Yeah,
got Arizona, West Virginia, another 2 computer games, but these all conference games. Come off that bye, but we close the season with Arizona State, then Kansas State. Um,
yeah. That's that end that last stretch of the schedule is gonna be pretty tough. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially if they right there in the mix of things.
From week 9 down. Like you got, I mean, we can ignore the computer games, but like week 9, week 13, week 14 is going to be situations. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
going
for
to be
sure.
situations for sure, right? But again, if we can get through it. But here's the crazy shit, and this is what I do know from playing my dummy league and all that shit, right? Again, I don't know if Penn State, if I go into this game Penn State number 2, I win this game. Don't think we're gonna get ranked off that. We're not even gonna get ranked off that. Then we dealing with USC, Houston, like Florida State. Like it's not us. Like I could go undefeated and beat everybody on the schedule, and still might not make the playoffs.
Right. I mean, it's gonna be. That's why I said you can't really lose, bro. Like yeah, and that's the tough part about when you're trying to rebuild a program. You know, you got to come in and win immediately.
Facts.
Not only for just for the program, but it helps with the recruiting and everything. So you got to come in and win early.
All that shit matter, bro. All that shit matter because we already coming from. If you think about the Power Four, they look at the Big 12 as the worst Power Four conference
Yeah,
in the Power
for sure.
Four. So like we in a situation. How about this though? We talked about Clemson and Florida matching up, but then Florida got Kansas at home before they go on the road against LSU and Miami.
I mean, Florida just overall looking at the schedule. I mean, I can skim through it, and I mean, you got 4 teams ranked right there in the top. In the top 25.
They
You
got
got
the
two
number
right there at the top
17,
10.
the number 18, the number 13 team. Then they got the number 1, then 21 team, right? Texas A&M 21. Like they got guys right away.
Yeah, I really don't see a lot of those rankings mattering right now because I
Because
think
it
I
depends on
think
Convo
where
that's
they
gonna
where
Convo
they at
got
when
one
you
of the
play them,
yeah,
best
right?
fucking
yeah,
schedules.
because I think that's gonna change a lot. I mean, Texas might not be number 1 and Georgia might not be number 4. You know what I'm
And
saying? So
that's the question, right? Clemson going to be number 7 again. If they beat Clemson, it's going to be a big jump for them, right?
oh yeah, for
Then
sure.
they cannot let Kansas upset them, right? I think they win that Kansas game. Then you dealing with Albert, right? And it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Albert. If Albert locked in and he having fun with it, this going to be a
You're right.
game. If he not, and he lost a couple games before he get here, we don't. We'll see, right? Then
Yeah,
Miami, they got a really good football team, and it's a rival. And we know Miami dog walked Florida in real life last year, so Gator. And then you got to deal with this. Gator playing with the team that's his favorite team. So when you got your
right.
team, it's a little different motion, right?
Oh yeah, I mean he gonna play most definitely off emotions.
Texas is number 1. Texas A&M is 21. Are they going to be where they are, right? Like by week 6, does Tati fall off the map? I don't know, but he get a bye, then he got to take on Georgia. He get a computer game, then he run it out with Ole Miss, Tennessee, and his rival game against Florida State.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it's another SEC schedule, man.
Yep. Yep. And nothing you can do about it. The SEC schedule is just
Right.
that simple, right?
He got to come ready to play every weekend.
Florida State open up with Alabama, and then they get TCU on the road. They go to TCU, they come back, then they go back on the road to Colorado off their bye. Then they're at Virginia, but then they home versus Miami, home versus Pittsburgh, and start playing their computer games. Stanford, they opened up on week 9. They got Wake Forest, and they got Clemson. Watch this: Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, then Florida. Like, if they can steal a couple of these big ranked games, right? I think they're gonna be fine because they play this season. They're gonna be playing a lot of conference computer games.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Shoguns is in the situation, right? Like, you got to deal with Alabama, you got to deal with Miami, you got to deal with Clemson, and you got to deal with Florida State. I mean Florida.
Like I said, I mean, he's capable of pulling out some wins. If he can go. If he can just, skate through and lose 2 games, I think he'll be ranked and maybe get in the playoffs.
I think what Shoguns is, if he can ignore the video game players, like Shoguns want to play football, real football. Like, that's it. He want to line up and try to play real football. And the moment he plays somebody, trust me, that's my guy. The moment he plays somebody, feel like glitching or doing some YouTube shit, he'll lose. He won't care. Like, he'll just like, fuck this game. Like, but if he can stick through that shit, and I think he will see, especially just starting this season 1, I think he's gonna lock in and play it. Like, anything can happen right now, right? So my question is, when this schedule is over,
me and Shogun, we most definitely was locked in because
he just told your ass to go to work. You read the comment section. He just said something to you in the comment section.
Man, I'm always at work.
I said, "Go take your ass to work." This was something. He said something like that. Hold on, I'm about to open that bitch up. He said something to you.
Man, but look, Shoguns, man, look, he know what it is. I mean, we was in the same conference in 25, so he had Miami, I had Clemson, and shit, he know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I was in my other league, the one we restarted.
Yeah.
What the fuck why ain't on here anymore? Did you erase that comment or something? He said something in this bitch earlier. Said something about go to work. They tell Jay to go to work. All right. I like Florida State situation because I think like what I was trying to do was the non-ranked teams and the teams that I wanted to put some ranked games on their schedule, but I also wanted to give them a fighting chance, like to get their shit together, right? The lower star teams, the teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now you go to Georgia and they open up at Kansas State, right? Avery Johnson and Dylan Edwards at Kansas State. I think they'll be favored to win this game, but I'm just going off the history, right? To me, a lot of guys might not agree with this, but especially in Madden, like one of the things he was great at is defense. And I thought last year, college football, that he would motherfucking play his games, right? Like I thought he would play and be locked into college and love the fact that college defensively he could get back to that shit. He didn't like the game at all, really. But to me now he likes the game. He's been playing his own seasons, all that shit. So if he mastered defensively, especially with Georgia, it's going to be hard for anybody to do anything on him, right? The question is, offensively, is he going to better put that shit together offensively? And I think Kansas State might have the out of everybody that got teams in the league, they're going to have the worst overall rating, overall offensive. But when you look at the roster, they got 3 things that I think if a good user got it, they can do anything with it. They got a dog-ass receiver, a fast dog-ass running back, and one of the best quarterbacks on the game. I think if they can keep themselves in games and find ways to put points on the board, I think they're gonna better play with anybody. Like I think this is I look at that overall in 94, 96, and it scares me when he got to play him. But he do get this game at home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he got to go to Georgia. He get this game at home, right? And then not for nothing, he got to play Falk right behind that. Then he go to Boone. So Uncle's on the road his first 3 games before he go on a bye and then come home against Alabama. Then he get Kentucky computer, Auburn user at Auburn. Then he come back home against Ole Miss, Coach Foe. Bye. Then he got Florida. Then he got a computer game. Then he got number 1 Texas, and then Charlotte going into Georgia Tech. Now I wanted to change that Charlotte game, but again, it's gonna make me rearrange schedules more, so I'm just gonna leave it for this year. Um,
Yeah, like I said, he got a SEC schedule. He got plenty, plenty big time competition to
but
play against. You know.
that's going to be the theme throughout. It's 12 users over there. It's always going to be an SEC schedule, right? Like it's 12
Yeah.
users over that motherfucker, right? God damn it! Would you shut the fuck up? Somebody here? All right. God damn it! Shut up, man! You don't got to do all that barking. You ain't going to do shit. I swear I'm ready to shoot this fucking dog in the face. Shut the fuck up. Ah, damn.
I don't know, man. I'm better.
I'm running
He better come
downstairs,
with
so
it.
talk to me about this Kansas schedule real fast.
At Kansas.
Yeah. It's on the
I
board right
mean,
now. I know they open up with Boom.
it's a Big 12 schedule. You got some
Get
good
your ass
users in there,
upstairs.
but
God damn. Hold on.
damn it ant. Lol ant and the damn dog. Literally oh Mao. You got to. Yes, sir. That's why I said familiar matchup. Hell yeah, and might as well put me in the sack. My schedule is crazy. Nah FR, 3 seconds 3 Big 10. Setting me up for failure, lol.
That was the longest commercial break ever. Mom, you good now? I'm gonna have to restart my show. God damn. I said that was the longest what's the name ever. I gotta restart the show. I know J Farm hopped off and everything already. It's three watching. We're gonna continue. I'm gonna come back and do the schedule in about 20 minutes. Not even that. I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna start a new show though, because there's no way I'm ending that show like that. Holla at y'all when we holla at y'all.